Last year, we witnessed how the impact of recent world events continues to pave the way for evolution. Today, we will go on an exciting deep dive into how we can leverage on this impact as impetus for igniting a revolution. This year's PH Digicon is all about embracing revolutionary technologies and changes in order to emerge as e-industries suited to the evolving needs of the times.
Friends, we are in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0. And already we can sense the imminent coming of the fifth industrial revolution, an age where nature and technology are united as never before.
If you thought that setbacks posed by the ongoing health crisis will impede the rise of new trends in e-industries, the opposite is happening instead. Crisis has in fact spurred the influx of more relevant technologies supporting these newfound trends.
In many ways, the pandemic has forced digital transformation within enterprises and the consumer sectors into hyperdrive. After all, for the resilient human race, adversity only paves the way for transformation. Delegates of the Philippine Digital Convention 2021, we are taking charge of our evolution.
The world has undergone so much these past 2 years that we see evolution happening at such an intense pace. Together with your partners, PLDT is leading the industrial revolution for specific businesses in our country, all across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, to keep in step with the revolution happening all across the Asia-Pacific region, the US, and Europe. Enterprises are reinventing themselves to transcend the impact of the ongoing pandemic. With this, we see the growing importance of connectivity in business. To support all internet delivery platforms, including fiber fixed broadband and mobile data service, PLDT and Smart continuously invested in network expansion to support the exponential rise in data traffic. To address market demand, PLDT has fast-tracked the rollout of the country's most extensive fiber infrastructure, reaching over 500,000 kilometers laid across the Philippine archipelago as of the end of the first half of 2021. Such initiative enables PLDT to serve customers' growing demand for data and deliver technologies such as 5G, LTE, and fiber. Moreover, the group operates the largest domestic network and IP capacity in the Philippines to support the connectivity needs of our citizens and organizations. 5G is now even more accessible to a greater number of Filipinos, and we in the PLDT Group are committed to accelerate the pace of further expansion. It is a revolution in speed and low latency, plus a host of other capabilities that we have yet to unlock. With this, we are set to redefine and revolutionize the way we work and the way we live. Still, we have yet to harness the full potential of 5G for the enterprise and have pre-identified relevant use cases that cover several industry verticals. We see 5G's enhanced mobile broadband speeds, ultra-reliable low-latency communication, and massive machine-type communications to serve manufacturing, transport and logistics, agriculture, and the public sector, among other industries.
Also blowing wide open is another exciting opportunity for growth. I'm talking about the Internet of Things, IoT. Just think, being able to connect your mobile assets in order to gain crucial data can serve as a major advantage to the digital transformation of today's enterprises. However, IoT solutions can be expansive and may seem overwhelming, especially if you need to manage tens of thousands of devices. That's why we at PLDT Enterprise are introducing a powerful tool that will transform the way Internet of Things applications are deployed and managed in the country, allowing businesses to accelerate their digital transformation goals to provide next level of customer experience beyond connectivity. PLDT and Smart have just launched the Internet of Possibilities, a first in the Philippines. It's a breakthrough platform that will enable businesses to have full control, visibility, up to hundreds and thousands of connected devices. What we all thought was impossible is now possible with the Internet of Possibilities by PLDT and Smart. The groundwork for a revolution is set. Ultimately, we can strengthen and transform key areas of enterprise operations for them to emerge as a more intelligent and resilient enterprise in a post-COVID world. We therefore invite you now, our customers.
Let's take this leap of faith.
Dig deep and rekindle your unbreakable spirit.
And together, let us begin this transformation journey. All over the world, we have seen the rise of increasingly new methods of work and changing lifestyles. Thus, the new norm of engaging in e-work and the primacy of e-industries in our current situation. Innovations are on the rise to revolutionize various industries. And the great equalizer is none other than the pandemic. It has compelled us to move from the familiar norms to frictionless world. To facilitate these transactions, we provide solutions that are tailor-fit to the specific needs of the e-industries that COVID-19 has spurred on to their own evolution.
The business process outsourcing industry is one of the Philippine economy's two primary legs, second in contribution only to remittance brought in by migration. COVID-19 has served as a wake-up call for the BPO industry. In response to the pandemic, the outsourcing industry has had to heed the call for a greater flexibility, responsiveness, and digital adoption. Many of the call centers were forced to switch to a work-from-home setup while ensuring continued services to its clients. Initial concerns for the BPO companies was centered on the security of data and consequent challenges on employee productivity. PLDT Enterprise has committed to continue supporting the BPO industry by offering various solutions under the eBPO suite, which include PLDT's Zero Trust Acceleration Platform, or ZAP, cybersecurity services, and productivity platforms such as Microsoft 365, Windows Virtual Desktops, Google Workspace, and Managed Chrome devices, assuring both BPO clients and employees that the shift to work from home does not hinder the continuous premium service that has always been offered to their customers.
When it comes to healthcare, telemedicine used to be seen as a temporary means to enable patients to receive medical advice safely. After COVID, it is now clearly the way of the future. ePLDT's e-health solutions, for instance, aims to address current challenges of the health sector by making quality healthcare services easily available to every Filipino via remote and online consultations. Another significant solution for the healthcare system, crucial to this time, is a call center service that will streamline effective communication between organizations and individuals. PLDT's Cloud Contact Center has aided national government and local government units, agencies, and businesses in organizing a central communication line for all citizens, including the country's leading agency for reliable and accurate information on COVID-19. This is healthcare redefined to suit the demands and realities of this time.
The pandemic has likewise transformed our banking experience. While we have increasingly observed how the shift to digital banking was already in motion pre-pandemic, the last 18 months have accelerated digital transformation in the way we transact with our financial institutions, bringing about changes that will, in time, become the norm. All online, all the time has quickly become the catchphrase and the guiding principle throughout the local banking and financial industry. Because customers will always seek a semblance of in-branch experiences, innovation paves the way for institutions to offer seamless digital services. For this, they are depending on reliable and uneven high bandwidth connectivity. Financial institutions today now look into software-defined wide area network technology to transform and unlock new areas of performance control and reliability. While their mission-critical applications reside in a robust mission-critical data center infrastructure, backed by disaster recovery plans and a cybersecurity operations center, so banks can emerge stronger, more resilient, and undoubtedly future-ready. Here in the Philippines, we affirm our steadfast support as a uniquely positioned, integrated provider and partner, committed to enabling the banking industry fulfill its vital task of rejuvenating our economy.
Revolution in the e-retail industry comes in the process of reshaping the values and behaviors that govern retail. The massive migration to online transactions due to the pandemic has transformed retail from bricks and mortar to bricks and clicks. To make your enterprise thrive as a bricks and clicks company, let's look at the key traits that make a winning customer experience. First, transactions must be easy. This necessitates shifting from a multi-channel to an omni-channel setup. This way, we ensure that the customer's interaction history is tracked whichever channel he may engage in. Connectivity from PLDT and digital tools have been key for businesses to survive the pandemic, including PLDT Enterprise's Beyond Fiber offer. This provides a more resilient business-grade fiber connectivity for business owners or multiple branches and sets them up to harness curated digital solutions. Next, it must be immediate. This means typing up all ends from the front end, from the website and payment options, to the back end for the accounting and inventory, all the way to the far end, meaning delivery and logistics. To promote immediacy, PayMaya provides payment options that has both online and in-store presence. Enterprise resource planning practices based on SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, and Simply ERP, on the other hand, tie up all ends in your enterprise. Also, a company must be always on. For the online consumer, the only time paradigm that exists is my time. So your company better be uptime for my time. For this reason, technologies such as managed IT services are critical to organizations looking to accelerate their business transformation journeys and get ahead of their competition. Finally, the customer experience must be secure. As the online usage escalates, so does the incidence of cybercrime. To protect your business, technologies such as cybersecurity, SD-WAN, and SASE can help not only simplify network management for your operations, but also add security layer for your business. PLDT Enterprise has long partnered with e-commerce industry leaders. This is an answer to reshaping the values and behaviors that govern retail.
We are witnessing government revolution unfolding right before our very eyes. In this time of continuing global health crisis, operational efficiency to deliver public services becomes paramount. We continue to partner with the public sector to reinvent and to go digital. To bridge in the gap between government and the public they are mandated to serve. While the LGUs at the forefront bear the challenge of the national government's COVID response efforts, our smart technologies and digital solutions enable them to carry out the task. Barangay halls, health centers, emergency responders now connect to the City Hall command centers through our Wi-Fi and fiber connectivity programs. Citizens can now call their LGU emergency hotlines for their vaccine schedules or health consultations online using our cloud-based contact center services. Vital contact tracing notifications are now made faster through SIM-based M2M plans. City and municipality emergency announcements are now text blasted to our phones with our A2P solutions. Our elderly and vulnerable communities are now reached and assisted by their community social workers through contactless transactions for food and pharmacy. Vaccine replenishments and donations arrive at our LGU Vaccine Center through IoT-enabled control and automation systems used for remote logistics. We are harnessing smart city technologies with the advent of 5G and IoT. Learning never stops as our public education, a basic government deliverable, now shifts to distance learning. With PLDT hosting much of our national government's learning management systems in vitro data centers, we now connect these to 1 million public school teachers to equip them for learning delivery and professional development. PLDT will always reimagine, redefine, and redesign the way government works to serve the people better, to elevate its citizens' quality of life, and to build the future of our nation, one biennial step at a time. And now let me draw your attention to what we consider as the lifeblood and backbone of our economy, the micro, small, and medium enterprises. For close to 1 million businesses operating in the country, we know that 99% are micro SMEs. And more significantly, this sector generates more than half of the country's employment. They are among the hardest hit by the pandemic. And yet, the challenges posed by this pandemic has fueled this sector's deeper dive into technology, demonstrating its resilience by adapting and pivoting to digital. Displaying agility and speed in embracing technology means surviving in these critical times by engaging and sustaining online e-commerce activities. It means earning during and despite the crisis. It means being in a position of advantage when the economy gets back on its feet. Today, we sound the call to make sure that our micro SMEs do not get left behind in the revolution. We reaffirm our support for the vital e-micro SME industry.
In the midst of the pandemic, students, teachers, and parents have come to rethink education by navigating the rigors of online schooling. In the PLDT Group, our movement No Learner Left Behind aims to make education accessible for all as the country promotes distance learning in the new normal. In facing the new normal, connectivity and tailor-fit solutions for the academe enable schools of all sizes to adapt and transition to digital platforms for teaching. To enable the e-learning solutions for the academe sector, PLDT Enterprise bundled connectivity, communication, and collaboration plans including Smart GigaStudy, Microsoft Education, and Google Workspace for Education to address the requirements of schools, colleges, and universities. This ensures the continuity of learning for students by keeping them engaged through remote classes. Over the past few months, we have seen the launch of Smart Online Store in various learning institutions. The Animo Smart Online Store for De La Salle, Philippines, the Ateneo Smart Online Store, the All-Fu Smart Online Store for Our Lady of Fatima University, and the stores serving the FINMA Education Network have been providing vital support for the digital needs of both the students and educators. We have also established a Smart Online Store at the United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, headquarters. With these academe-centric solutions, we can ensure that the learning never stops. And this is just a start of the revolution in e-learning.
With a fast-growing digital economy and strong digital roadmap, the Philippines is now poised as the newest ideal investment destination for global hyperscalers. Hyperscalers are global technology companies providing cloud and internet-based services which require huge amounts of space, power, and connectivity in regions they expand in to allow rapid IT scaling that will support their massive customer base and user demand surges. The digital profile of the Philippines and our accelerated digital adoption is motivating these hyperscalers to build their digital infrastructure within the archipelago. The Philippines boasts of an enticing demographic, having the second largest and one of the youngest population in Southeast Asia. A report from We Are Social also showed that the country has unparalleled mobile penetration of 152.4 million mobile connections and 67% internet penetration. Last year, the country also marked more than 4.2 million additional internet users, which overall spend an average of 10.5 hours online, the longest time spent globally. A Global Data 2021 study shows that over half of enterprises revealed their plan to migrate more workloads to the cloud, which ultimately drive the market to grow in the next few years. This highlights that in-country hosting and hyperscale solutions will be crucial requirements for most organizations wanting to expand their business in the region. With the Philippines being the first country to offer 5G in ASEAN and a second overperformer by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development in terms of readiness for frontier technology use, this poses a huge potential for the country to drive development of new 5G opportunities such as multi-access edge computing or MEC that will also be beneficial to global tech giants. Such technology moves the computing of traffic from a centralized cloud to the edge of the network, bringing it closer to the customers, thus reducing latency and providing real-time performance to their applications. To date, PLDT is already servicing a significant number of international content and cloud service providers and hyperscalers by hosting their co-location, cloud, and connectivity needs. Moreover, we are harnessing the most innovative technologies available such as the Internet Exchange and Peering Solutions, International SD-WAN, data services, among others, to provide industry-leading communication infrastructure and platforms for global businesses. The PLDT Group is committed to take the Philippines' digital infrastructure to the next level to support the country's trust for economic growth. We continue to invest in new international cable systems such as Jupiter and Apricot, which are necessary infrastructure for global communications supporting ICT services. We will strive to build new international submarine cables every year for the next 3 to 4 years to take our digital infrastructure to the next level, aligned with our efforts to make the Philippines as the newest data center hub in Asia. Likewise, we are closely collaborating with the Department of Trade and Industry and the Philippine Board of Investments, other government agencies and private organizations to support the priming of the country's digital readiness to attract global hyperscalers expanding in Asia. With our hyper-collaboration in driving our digital ecosystem to greater heights, we are confident that the Philippines can ultimately become the next destination for hyperscalers. All these will, in turn, revolutionize every aspect of our lives.
From the way we care,
To the way we transact,
the way we consume,
the way we serve,
and the way we learn.
This transformation, in turn, fuels the emergence and development of e-industries. In this time of adversity, we respond by transforming. We respond by creating a revolution.
For a true revolution, we must fire up our business's digital engine and pave the way for Industry 5.0.
This is a revolution whose success lies in fueling the collective evolution of each and every e-industry.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is our call. Let no one be left behind. Let everyone
Join the revolution!